Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Good morning. Hello, Boston. How are you? Hi, Diane. Good morning. Hi, Jane and Sonia. Stretch it out. Hopefully, oh yeah, I hear the sun is up. Hi, Lisa. Noreen. Good morning, Lindsay Jean. Somebody's up in my house. I can hear them. Hi, Beck. Honey. I think that's Catherine. Kath, is that you?
Yeah.
You're going to be upset.
What?
You're going to be upset.
What?
You're going to be upset.
Why?
I don't think Kanye is going to be able to pull it out.
I think he is. I think he is.
Kanye?
What?
Kanye?
Kanye?
Oh, it's a joke, honey.
I thought you said Biden.
Kanye.
Biden will, though, right?
I'm more worried about Kanye, to be honest. Man.
He voted for himself.
Hi, Kara. So how's everyone doing? Hopefully people got sleep. I'm actually really proud of myself. Hi, Eva. Hey, Marlo. I went to bed at 9:30 last night because I've been through this. We've been through this before. And I knew, just go to bed. I went to bed at 9:30. I did wake up at 11:30 for like 15 minutes, and then I went back to bed. So I'm feeling good. I also took some time to turn off the media, which I suggest that we do again today because we're, like I said on Monday, I'm pretty sure 50% of the country is going to be unhappy at some point of this week. And so one of the things we did yesterday was, well, Faith and I did watch Land of the Lost. And that does take your mind off it for about an hour and a half. Underrated movie, really good, probably inappropriate for a 10-year-old, but you can fast forward through the fresh stuff. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Martha. And Laura Ryder. So tired. I know, and so much anxiety. And I'm not going to spend the day trying to convince people to change their minds about things, and we're just going to wait until the mud settles, right? That's a lot of, like, if you draw the analogy to meditation, whether you, whoever you support, like this is today. Good morning, Niall. Yeah, I got to tell Niall, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't think your candidate, Kanye, is going to pull it out. It's not looking good in the polls for him. So I just want everyone to do me a favor. So see, this is my little jar that Catherine and Faith made for me years ago. So this is my little glitter jar that we make sometimes for the kids in the schools. And so I want you to just look, that's my spirit animal, deer. I want you to just look at this for a second and look at how cloudy it is. And that's basically the next few days. Everything's cloudy, but let's just take a few deep breaths in together. And exhale through the mouth. Take another deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. Take another deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. And now just slowly breathe through your nose. And you start to notice that right now, particularly if you stayed up late last night and you're working on little hours of sleep, nothing you say or think or do right now is a clear perspective. But if you let the breath settle and you just relax, you can wait until that mud kind of settles, and then you can see clearly. I call this it's having a clear perspective. And right now, none of us have a clear perspective because there's not one to have. So we need to practice bringing ourselves back whenever we bite into that worst case scenario. And so what I like us to do is just work a little bit on that today. We're going to keep going with our rain. We're going to notice when we're distracted. So we're going to recognize the distraction. We're going to practice accepting. We're going to practice accepting the present moment because it's the only moment we have. It's this moment. Don't worry about later on. Don't worry about the last 4 years. Don't worry about the next 4 years. We're just going to try to practice being here now. And that's easier for me. It's so easy for me to say. So that's why I'd never say just accept it. Just accept it. Just practice accepting it because a lot of the times you can't. But we're going to practice as much as we can to accept the present moment. If we do those two things, if we recognize a distraction, if we recognize ourselves spiraling into the worst case scenario, then we just recognize it and pull it back to the breath. If we do those two things, it's going to be great. We can also investigate what that might be, the I in rain, investigate with a little bit of kindness towards ourselves. What is that feeling? Where do I feel it? Does it change? Notice that sense of impermanence if you can. But we're not going to swim in it today. We're going to just keep it as basic as possible by following our little pattern here. I want us to be focused. So we'll focus on the breath until we're distracted. We'll recognize the distraction. Actually, that's what we'll do. We'll recognize the distraction. We'll practice accepting the distraction with a little bit of awareness. And then when we know we have the choice, I want us to make the choice to come back to the breath. And we'll do that many, many times. And that's what a practice is. It's a meditation practice because we're always practicing to be in the moment. And we don't always get it right. And that's the beauty of the practice. It's not called meditation perfect. It's called meditation practice. And then I will close again by reading our moksha so we can practice not only being in the present moment, but embracing the uncertainty of this moment by becoming more emotionally free. So with that said, let's let the mud settle. Let's settle into our most comfortable seat. I'm glad you all woke up or stayed up to meditate with me. And let's close our eyes. And let's let the mud settle by taking a deep breath into the nose. Really let it fill up the lungs. Hold it when you get to capacity. And let it go through the mouth. Take another deep breath in. Hold it. And hold it. And hold it. And this is what it's like. We hold on to things that we don't need. So we let it go through the nose this time. Let the shoulders drop. Soften the neck. Just let your breath go back to its natural rhythm. Turn your attention to that awareness. And start to wake up to our own awareness that we're breathing, and wake up to our own truths by asking our 3 questions. So as you know, we like to start each meditation, or most meditations, in the morning by asking ourselves a few questions silently to ourselves a couple times. Notice what arises, practice non-judgment. So ask the question, almost listen for the answer, and practice non-judgment, ask it again. First question I want you to ask yourself is, who am I? Who am I? great opportunity to put away our program bias. Notice those clear, defined lines when we ask the question. Practice non-judgment. Practice letting it go. Who am I? What do I want? Go ahead and ask yourself, what do I really want to see happen for me in these next few weeks, months, right up to the end of 2020? It's a great opportunity to remember our values. Know that we can't take care of anyone else if we're not taking care of ourselves. So it's important to know what it is we want. And don't try not to judge. You're going to get material answers. You're going to get physical wants. You'll also get spiritual wants. Just treat them as thoughts. Ask the question again, what do I really, really want? And the last question, what is my dharma? What is my purpose? I've said this a million times. I believe we all have unique purpose on this planet. What are you good at? What do you love to do? Take what it is that you love to do and see if you can find a way to use it to help. How can I help? The secret to these questions are in the spaces between the answers. So let's go ahead. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Detach from our questions. Settle back into the self. And let's take a moment to figure out where we're feeling the breath so we can make that the anchor this morning. And remember that we tend to feel the breath in a lot of different areas, but for the most part we tend to feel it in the chest, the abdomen, or the nostrils. So let's just take a few minutes playing around with each one. We'll make that the anchor and we'll get into the recognizing, practicing of acceptance. So let's just take a moment, place all of our awareness, let it settle. Let all that mud settle, all the dust settle right there at the tip of your nose. And just slowly breathe in and out and notice what's there. So notice the temperature, notice the pressure of air releasing. Or maybe today is a day where you just want to be in neutral and you just want to think in and out, and that's fine too. In, as you breathe in, silently think the word out as you breathe out. Okay, let that go. Now bring your awareness to the chest area. Same idea, you're breathing in. Feel the chest expand, feel the shoulders rise as you exhale. Sink a little bit more into the seat. Feel the rise and the fall. Or again, you can think rise, fall. Something to center your attention. We need a starting point. So whether that's the physical sensation of breath or the thinking of rise and fall. Let's bring our energy down. Let's bring our attention down to the abdomen. And just feel our way through this area, breathing in. Feel the expansion. Feel the settling, the letting go. Letting go. Letting go. You can even try that breathing in, thinking the word let. Breathing out, thinking the word go, and see if that helps dislodge a little bit of that tension that we're holding there in the stomach, the abdomen. All right, take a moment now. Figure out where you're feeling the breath this morning, whether it's in the nostrils, the chest, or the abdomen. I want you to pick one. Just take a moment. Maybe try something new. Keep it gentle and relaxed. And maybe on a morning like this, you get 1 or 2 breaths, and all of a sudden it's boom. What if? What if? And maybe this time, when you get to the if, you're aware. Just notice the distraction. Notice our sets. Remember our sets of distractions, our sensations in the body. Something is tight. Why is it so tight? Awareness of sensations. Awareness of emotions, the combination of the thought and the feeling that creates the emotion. Irritation, sadness, happiness. Most likely this morning it's going to be the repetitive thoughts and thinking, some story, or maybe it's a noise, something outside. Kind of takes your attention away, a bird. Any recognition of any of those distractions. Just become aware. We're recognizing the distractions. That's such a key part of the meditation. When you recognize that you're distracted, you have the choice to come back to the object of attention. So we recognize the distraction and we practice the non-judgment aspect by practicing accepting that moment. So if something's happening outside and I'm distracted by the noise and I catch myself judging the noise and how can they be out this early in the morning and I can't believe I'm trying to don't they know I'm trying to meditate and can't they keep it down? Become aware of that judgment. And then just for a second, just practice accepting it. Because it's happening. It's not like I can change it. It's not like... What I can change is my relationship to it. And that's the shift. That's the magic moment of mindfulness, where we have the choice to cut off the emotional hook of always just taking the bait. And we can come back to the breath. So we can make it as simple and as hard as start with the breath. Recognize the distraction. just for a moment, practice accepting that you're distracted. And then choose the breath. And each time you're choosing the breath, even on a morning like one that is probably not enough sleep, each time you're choosing the breath, you're making it easier for you later in the day to not take the bait, to strengthen your attention, your memory. And when we practice acceptance, we're practicing self-compassion. And when we have compassion for ourselves, it inevitably leads to having some empathy and self-compassion for others. And so I want to keep meditating in this way. I'm going to keep an eye on the time. We'll close with our sutra statements, our principles for the week. And so when you hear me ring the bell, we'll still continue to sit with our eyes still closed. Their eyes still closed. Let go of our practice. Just rest. And silently think the word moksha as I say it. So imagine that you are without physical form. You are a field of awareness everywhere at all times. Moksha. Imagine that you have left behind forever any sense of anger or resentment. Moksha. Imagine that you're free from blaming and free from feeling blame and guilt. Moksha. Imagine that you never have to be drawn into the melodrama, the story, the hysteria. Moksha. Imagine that right now you can choose any emotional feeling that you want to experience. Moksha. Imagine that you can set any goal you want to achieve, and actually achieve it. Moksha. Imagine that you can leave behind your habitual reactive patterns. Moksha. Imagine that you're free of any and all addictions. Moksha. Imagine that you never participate in gossip. Moksha. Now imagine you're free to respond at the highest level, no matter what the situation or how anyone else around you behaves. Moksha. Imagine there are no limitations to what you can achieve, what you can manifest. Moksha. And imagine that you can see infinite possibilities at all times. Moksha. Moksha. I am emotionally free. Go ahead and start to deepen your awareness back into your space. You can roll the head, the shoulders, whatever you need to do, and when it's comfortable, go ahead. Gently open your eyes. Namaste.